Well, the weather is staying active as we head into this week. We're going to see severe thunderstorms across Texas. It could drop some big hail, and that threat moves east. We're also watching the eclipse. Some clouds could get in the way. We're going to talk all about it. All right, let's start off with our forecast heading into Monday. Now, if you're wondering if you can see the eclipse, it's going to be kind of tough in some areas. These high clouds could get in the way here from parts of Missouri, even back into parts of Arkansas, Oklahoma. But for Texas, overall, I think you're looking okay at this point. Further east, it looks like in this area, some clouds in the way. Now, totality will be just to the west of here. This is close to where totality will be. You'll still get a pretty good show here if you can see between the clouds. Further to the north and east, again, I think northern New England looking good here as totality moves across parts of Maine. A little questionable back here from Ohio up into upstate New York over toward Buffalo. And these clouds here will likely be mid and high level clouds. So I think you'll see some filtered sunshine from time to time. But 100%, I wouldn't bet on it at this point. Either way, I still think you have a chance of seeing it. Again, the further north and east you are into parts of Maine, that looks to be the best sweet spot. Let's talk about our temperatures first. Monday looking beautiful across most of the east. Temperatures up into the 70s. I do want to show you something that is, well, I think it's super interesting. Maybe you will. Now, if you've ever been in an eclipse before, the temperature actually does drop. We can look at some of the automated weather data that shows that. In fact, I may show that tomorrow. We take a look at some of the weather stations and look at this. The HRRR model actually picks up on some of this. This is just interesting. Look at this. There's an 81. Pick a number here somewhere along the totality line, and then watch what happens as we move from 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock. Boom, our temperatures drop down a good 5 degrees or so, and you think, oh, well, maybe that's just the cloud cover. Watch pretty much all the temperatures within this zone through the next hour beyond that. They go back up once the shadow goes by. So it's pretty cool to see how some of the short-range models are picking up on that. Now let's talk about the weather, though, as far as precipitation goes and the thunderstorm threat that we're seeing. This is a look at the future radar as we move through Sunday night. These showers will move off to the east. Now, if you're under these showers, especially heading into tomorrow, the likelihood that you'll see cloud cover definitely would be there. And I think that's here from New York down to Pennsylvania, the Virginias, into Tennessee, as far south as South Texas. Right in that area, if you see showers, clearly you would see clouds, so that could get in the way of tomorrow afternoon. There's where your real thunderstorm growth is going to be heading into tomorrow afternoon across Texas, and those storms could be really strong too. Also, a lot of heavy rain possible with these as well. And then look, another round of showers and storms move in, and they really pretty much kind of stick around Texas for the next couple of days as we watch an upper low back to the west move across Texas. Just multiple rounds of rain. I think flooding is something to keep an eye on. There is an enhanced area of thunderstorms possible tomorrow. The Storm Prediction Center highlighting this area here across North Texas, but a good chunk of Oklahoma, Texas, also even over into Louisiana highlighted for a 2 out of 5. And in this area, I think the big problem will be hail. You have a significant hashed out area here where you could see hail bigger than 2 inches. That will cause a lot of damage. And you saw those storms just blossoming up heading into Monday evening. And then also there's a tornado threat. We've got some wind shear into the atmosphere. So a higher threat here from East Texas. It does include places like Texarkana all the way over into East Louisiana. And I don't think you can discount really anywhere here in the green for a few spin up tornadoes through tomorrow night and then into early Tuesday morning. I promise I changed the day, but this is Tuesday. This is the storm outlook here, pretty much in the same areas. Now we've got that upper low back to the west moving in. Our winds coming in like this in the upper levels. So strong to severe thunderstorms once again possible here. And then as we move into Wednesday, that threat shifts off to the east. Now we're looking at the panhandle of Florida, up into Alabama, Mississippi, Arkansas, Louisiana, East Texas once again. And then into Thursday, all of that shifts off to the east. I mentioned this yesterday, and we're seeing this today, that threat pushing up into North Carolina. I think you might even argue you see this go even a little further to the north as we get closer. This is all being driven by this low here in the upper levels that will be pinwheeling across the south. It's going to kind of open up and form more of a trough as it moves into Thursday and Friday. But as that moves to the east, it's going to do two things. Number one, it's going to bring all of that severe weather here across the south. It's also going to bring a lot of rain here to the east coast and temperatures back down again for next weekend thanks to this. I know, right? It feels like we just can't catch a break as we head into the weekend. Another storm system moving into the west. That's going to bring more unsettled weather here. And then heading into next week, this looks pretty good. Once we get rid of that system across the east coast, we have a broad southwest flow. Follow these height lines out of the southwest. So for the East Coast, I think that means warmer temperatures. And it looks like it will stick around for a little bit longer. And finally, in the Northeast, some prolonged warm weather, at least more than just a day or two, I think, as we head into next week. Here's your precipitation. We're going to move through this pretty quickly. There's your showers across the south and that severe weather we talked about across the west. A little unsettled, some showers and storms, or I should say really just some showers and some snow showers here, but the storms confined here, at least the strongest across the south. And look at all of this rain. This is Thursday, wet up and down the East Coast, really pretty much anywhere east of the Mississippi, we've got rain going, and then low pressure getting stronger and stronger as it moves toward the Great Lakes. This is going to be a big wind maker out ahead of the system and behind it. So with the wind and the rain, kind of a miserable end to the work week. And then it gets cool, I would say, behind this as winds spin out of the northwest. Not cold enough for really much snow. We could see some mixing here into the higher elevations of the Northeast. And finally, we kick that out as we move into Sunday. Maybe a few showers into the Northeast early next week. But overall, a warmer pattern setting up. And then we'll have to watch this system for the next round of severe weather. We're over a week away on that. So still clearly a lot of time to iron that out. And yes, we're getting close to tropical season. This is not a tropical forecast. I think it's always tough to talk about those. But of significant importance, I want you to notice all of the orange and the reddish colors here in the tropics. Temperatures of the ocean, surface level anyway, above average. Does that mean we see more hurricanes? Not necessarily. But one thing that we are also seeing is the development of a La Nina. Now, we've had El Nino present all winter. That's where these temperatures here in the East Pacific are warmer than average. What's happening now? We're getting upwelling here from the deep ocean. You wonder how the ocean can cool here. Well, with the winds primarily going this way and really starting to pick up strength too, the water from the deep ocean starts to upwell, if you will. And look right here along the South American coast. You're starting to see that cold water spread. What does that mean for tropics? Well, it's just one of the players. And usually during a La Nina year, you see a more active season. Now, when you get into, will we see more landfalling hurricanes? All of that matters, right? You can have a very low number hurricane season and get 3 or 4 strong ones that hit the coast, at least of the United States or really anywhere. And it's a big deal. And you know what? All along the coast, even if you're not along the coast, you guys know we can all be affected by tropical weather in the form of heavy rains, even inland flooding, tornadoes, all of those things. I'll be tracking it through the tropical season. So if you like this kind of content, I hope you will subscribe to the channel and come back. I always love analyzing these things. All right, that's all I got for now. I will catch you guys next time. Thanks for watching.